Hey there, welcome to day 30 of our free Get Up and Go challenge to understand and learn and make changes as easy as breathing. Make challenges that show up in our life automatic. Install in us a process that makes it automatic, that we will be better off after having experienced this change or challenge by making the best choice, the best options, doing the best thing for us whenever we're faced with a change, a challenge, a failure, a setback, an obstacle, a roadblock, more coffee please, or a problem, anything like that. Now, I ran through and I quickly did a summary of what we covered in the last 30 days. Less than 10 minutes a day, actually achieved less than 10 minutes a day so far. We'll see if I can make it 100% counting today. But in that 10 minutes a day or less, and in many days it was less, 6 or 7 minutes only. Say we spent 300 minutes together. 300 minutes equates to 5 hours. Curious, if we had spent 5 hours together going over the exact same material, the exact same things that we did, the exact same 5 hours, would you have gotten as much out of it as breaking it down little bitty bite-sized pieces for 30 days? I'm going to contend no, for several reasons. Number one, when we get repetition and when we do things in small pieces, the things that we learn build upon themselves. We'll remember what happens in 10 minutes a day much longer than 5 hours in one day. We might get a couple of gold nuggets out of that 5 hours and things that we actually apply in our life, but the vast majority of people will never use or apply anything that they got out of that 5 hour session, that 5 hour training, that 5 hour program. So, what have we covered so far? Let's do a quick summary and a quick overview of it. We built on a foundation and we spent 10 days before we even started actually applying the SOAP framework, getting a foundation of what is it, why is it important to you, what's in it for you to care about dealing with changes and challenges in a positive way, how do you currently deal with challenges, what's your current pattern and process for dealing with them, how do you want it to be, how can you improve that process. We learned tools like, I need my magnifying glass, flip switching, core values, prioritization, ratings, the 7 whys. Are we aligned with our core values? What's in it for you? Things like that. We spent 10 days leading up to day 10 where we actually finally introduced and talked about the SOAP framework, what it is, what it stands for, and how we're going to apply it. Then over the remainder of the challenge, we have broken it down into the 9 areas and aspects of our life, which I'm having a hard time grabbing. And for each of those, for physical, relationships, and financial, the 3 big ones, health, wealth, and relationships, are the 3 big areas of concern for the thousands of people that I've worked with. And if we were to do a bigger survey, I suspect that if you ask somebody their biggest challenge, health, wealth, relationships, financial relationships, or physical well-being, or health. One thing I like about health is it can be physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, can be even financial. So health becomes a huge one. So health, wealth, and relationships, the big 3s. So we broke those down, and every day for 4 days each, we spent a day on the S, a day on the O, a day on the A, and a day on the P. S, story situation. Got to know where you are, where you want to be to fill that gap. O, what are your options? Infinite possibilities. What are the possibilities? A, what action are you going to take? First, you have to decide, have a decision-making tool to decide what action you're even going to take. Then you have to take that action. And finally, P, are you making progress? Are you moving toward what you want or away from what you want? So what are some of the tools we use to explore our story or our situation? We used the journalistic framework, who, what, where, when, why, and how. We used storyboarding. We used the imaginary friend exercise, which is probably my favorite. I probably use who, what, where, when, why, and how the most, but my favorite, if I'm really wanting to dig into something, is the imaginary friend exercise. For our O, the options, exploring options, of course we did brainstorming. And many of these tools you might have used before or heard of before, but are you actually using them to improve your life, to make your life better, to create changes and challenges that move you in the direction you want to go? Then we also learned about the Power Vision movie and visualization and imagination. With respect to our A, we learned several decision-making tools because we can't take action until we decide what we're going to act on. We learned the urine analysis. I know it's a terrible name, but it really is easy to remember. Urgent, resources, important, necessary, and energy. Then we also learned the head, heart, and intuition method of decision making and analyzing it in criteria. We learned nominal group technique, plus and minus, my actually most used favorite decision making problem solving tool, because it's so quick and easy. Anybody can do it anywhere, in your head, on a piece of paper, always better. We learned the final countdown, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, take action, just do it now. Pick something and move toward it. Never leave the scene of a decision without taking some kind of an action. And then for our process and our progress, we learned things about processes. Lifeline exercise, again, one of those exercises I've known for decades, but I really didn't pull out of my toolbox or my memory bank until 2020, when I really started using it on a regular basis. Measurement is a way to determine our progress. Processes, procedures, habits, routines, rituals, and things like that. And then automating those by installing them in our subconscious, or delegating them, or creating systems that other people use as a way to ensure that we're making progress toward what we want. We also, so we did that we used those tools for our physical, our financial, and our relationships. And then for emotional, mental, spiritual, contribution, confidence, and communication, we use more tools. We use the emotional guidance system. We use affirmations. We use meditation. We use hypnosis. We use motto, mantra, code of conduct. How do you draw that line in the sand for you? We also use gratitude, thankfulness, and appreciation. So, in addition to that, we covered a lot of other tools as well. I am curious to know what tools and techniques and strategies you found most beneficial, most helpful to you. Ones that you've never heard of that you'd like more information on, share that in the comments below. Otherwise, what worked for you really well? What did you think was, maybe not so much? I guess I'm asking for feedback. Feedback on the tools and the layout and the strategy, the 10 minutes a day versus if we did it all in a big chunk. Is 10 minutes a day too short a time period to cover the thing that we're talking about and then do an action? And then every day, you participated by doing the action item. And we kept it simple and fun and light. Asked you to share by actually sharing it, or sharing something about doing the exercise to show that you did it, but not only to show that you did it, but something that you learned that can help other people gain from your experience and learn something cool as well. So that is my quick and dirty, super fast summary, because I want to keep it under 10 minutes. Again, I would love to know your take on this. And if you'd like, I've never done this before, but I could actually share this breakdown. I could clean this up and type it up, because as I went through it, and these things have changed as I've done the challenge. Remember, this is our 8th time through the challenge. I didn't even use tools or share tools in the beginning. And then as the challenge has evolved, I've added more tools and more things that I've learned that I've been drawing on to make changes and challenges easier and automatic for me. Now, guess what? I will be with you tomorrow for our final day, our not really bonus day, but our final day of the challenge. We're going to talk about the transformation and how to continue making progress with what we've learned here in the challenge and the SOAP framework. And then we're going to do our final closeout activity so that you can actually see for yourself what kind of a transformation you've had. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, I'll be with you tomorrow. Have an amazing day.